Love, 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 love. Love is in the air. I got this exciting reading. I was playing my cards and I got the Two of Cups and most of the reading and everything pulled out love. So how about we pull a few cards and see what comes out? Sounds good? Sounds good. Okay, y'all. You have been on a journey and you were finally being rewarded for the journey that you went through. You had to go through a death. You knew that you wanted something different for your life. And that could be death of identity, death of a job, death of a relationship. It was just whatever identities and titles you used to carry did not bring you fulfillment. And this is what you're chasing. You're chasing the Ten of Pentacles because you know you can have it. You know there's more out there. But you also know in order to exist differently, in order to evolve and grow, you have to let go of the old and make room for the new. So, in order to make room for the new, you went under some type of death. And this death, it was a serious death because it required you to release all burdens. Release all burdens, 10 of Wands. Anything that had been burdening you, anything that was weighing you down, anything that was not aligned with your vibration or the vibration that you had now risen to or ascended to, that had to go because it was weighing you down. It was keeping you from attracting the opportunities you want to see in your life, the relationships you want to see in your life, possibly where you want to be in your career. Like everything was being stalled because of these, burdens. So you had to take a leap of faith and you had to just step out into the unknown. And that's very scary because, like I said, you got rid of identities. You got rid of possibly maybe, what you do for a job may have been like a 6-figure job. And you let that go to start your own business, or you downsize so you have more time to focus on the things that you wanted. Maybe you could be changing careers, going back to school, whatever it may be. You had to, I don't say abandon, but just let go of anything no longer serving you. And when you do that, and it possibly could be a relationship, it could be a relationship this person, you've known them forever, they're all you know. But in order to grow, in order to get the life that you deserve, that you want, sometimes people's feelings get hurt. I mean, and truly, if a person is, understanding, they should understand, okay, if we reached our point, it's not trying to say that it's easy. Like emotions, a lot of times our emotions do rule us. Sometimes they get the best of us. But truly, deep down, if someone really wants to go, like they're not happy, they'll be happy for you because they love you and they want you to find what you're searching after, have that fulfillment. But that leap of faith, stepping out into unknown, like I said, walking away from your solid foundation, friends, family, your career, your job, whatever it may be, you had to have faith in yourself. You had to believe in yourself. You had to listen to that little voice inside your head that, yeah, there's got to be more to life. I can do more. I can be more. I can find love, and not just love like romantic, but yes, we're talking romantic love here, but also like that self-love. You had to build your self-love. You had to find your worth. You had to build yourself up from the inside out in order to, like I said, start vibrating at this new level. And that's a very scary thing. You have the star come out next. And that's where that hope comes from. But the star typically comes after the tower. That means after you done wiped everything out, like I said, got rid of burdens, and like I said, some people don't like when you get rid of burdens. And sometimes that can look like putting up boundaries, and people don't like that because they're so used to having access to you a certain way. And especially in today's world where you're always on your phone, people have their phone literally in their hand all the time. People look at me like crazy some days because I'll walk out the house on the phone. They're like, oh my God, what are you going to do? I'm like, live life. I actually probably enjoy myself more when I don't have my phone because I'm actually taking in the sights and the sounds and really observing the earth. With the phone, it kind of keeps you distracted and you don't really notice all the beautiful things Mother Nature, Mother Earth has to offer us. And so that's it. You got rid of your distractions and you built self-love in yourself. and getting rid of these distractions was very difficult, like very difficult. I said after Tower, like I said, you probably felt like you had no one, and you can get in that place because like I said, no one can see your vision, no one can know what you're leaping for, and you might have had like a very good life, and people are like, well, why would she throw that all away, or why would he throw that all away for the unknown? But I said it's like truly love and love for yourself. And because you did that and you believed in yourself and you believed what you're trying to bring in with this star, you started manifesting the Two of Wands. Like I said, you knew something else was out there. You knew something greater was out there. So you're like, let me manifest. Let me think about what it is I really want this new venture to look like. What am I yearning to have the most of my life? Like, what is missing? Like, you went inwards and figured out what was missing. And you started eliminating people, environments that didn't align with your vibration you were trying to achieve or that you had achieved. And people who weren't aligned with where you were trying to go, the things you were trying to manifest, people like, it's okay if they didn't see your vision, but they could still be supportive, but a lot of people weren't. So, like I said, you had to like that Two of Cups out there, and I'm taking that more so, and it came out with the Lovers too. So it was more so like you had to make a choice, the choice to love yourself, to choose your higher self, to believe in yourself, to know that there is better out there. And, that brought you into alignment. That brought you in alignment with your masculine and feminine energy as well. Because you're whole, because you're complete, you're manifesting that partner, that partner you want to see. So I'm like all excited. I'm like, oh my God, look at this. This person like has gone through the ringer, really worked on themselves to get self-worth, to love themselves. And now you are radiating at such a high vibration that you're now attracting, like you're like walking love. So I was like, let me get another deck. Because I was just so in love with that reading. I kept it at that. I didn't feel any more from the cards, but I said, give me some clarification. So the first card out was the World. And like, I love how they were like major arcana mixed in with daily life. So I'm like, this has been a long battle. And with the World, this is like a cycle you have closed. One cycle has closed, another one has opened, and that is related to your death. So I was like, okay, all right. And I was just like, so, another major arcana that came after that was the Moon. And then right behind the Moon, I got the Eight of Wands. And so I was taking that, this is the end of a cycle. Things that were once hidden to you, opportunities, people, the doors you wanted to go through, they're no longer hidden. They will find you because you've, become in line with that vibration of just that good person over our energy, living at your highest, greatest vibration, just emanating love, joy, peace, happiness. And so before you might have been in a lower vibration. And in a lower vibration, the good things that are fated to happen for us, they don't always necessarily appear. Because if we kind of got those opportunities when we're in a lower vibration, 9 times out of 10, we would self-sabotage. Or someone will come along and, sabotage it for us. There are certain lessons we have to learn before we can rise to where we're meant to be. Like I said, you completed the cycle, so things that were once hitting for you are now, going to start opening. And with the Eight of Wands, like it's coming in quick. It's coming in fast. Like this is fire, baby. This is a fire ablaze. Like it's coming for you because you've done the work. And so when I clarify the World, right under that, I got the Six of Cups. And it made me, like I said, it was just a very, like, loving energy, like, through this entire cycle, this healing that you went through. You had to, heal your inner child. You had to go back to when you were young and, heal, wounds and trauma that you may have felt. You had to love on yourself more. And like I said, truly because you loved yourself more, these things are coming in. And so clarifying the Moon was the Queen of Pentacles. And it was just like, like I said, things that were hidden to you were revealed to you. And it's like, what is revealed to you is that you're a Queen of Pentacles. You are someone who knows how to, make money, produce abundance in this 3D realm. And I'm talking about physical 3D realm abundance, stocks, bonds, houses, monies, vacations. Like you can do this, successful business. Like that was what revealed to you. I think a lot of people always saw that in you, but you didn't see it. So, and I think people in the past may have taken advantage of you, taking advantage of your kindness, taking advantage of your generosity, your abundance, of that Queen of Pentacles status. And Like I said, it was easy. It was easy for them to do because you didn't know your worth. And like I said, you had to go through this cycle. You had to learn these lessons in order to get back, in order to understand the things that could be revealed to you, that you are the Queen of Pentacles and you don't have, like I said, you work hard. What you consider, your hard work is like what, people do, or is really, really, like you said, there's no comparison. People can't compare your hard work to their hard work because you 9 times 10 are always working, like you're workaholic. If you're not even have a job working on yourself, to elevate, workaholic. So you got elevated to this Queen of Pentacles status. And so to clarify the Eight of Wands, I had a Two of Wands. Remember I said something's coming in quick and fast. And we had the Two of Wands in the first deck. So it's like something that you have manifested. Again, I'm getting the sense of love. I'm going to tell you why. But something you have manifested is coming in. And like I said, this is your reward for all of your hard work. This is your reward for persevering through all the trials and tribulations, for persevering through those dark times. I know when you have to eliminate people that you thought you would always be around, or, people that you actually love. Like, that's a very tough place to be in. But personally, for me, we're all here. We love our family, but we all like have purposes here. And for me, it was so much more important to feel my mission and purpose on this earth. And I always have to remind myself of that when I had to make tough decisions. Like I said, you made them. So so then I pulled like 3 more cards, and I kind of did this clarifying the Six of Cups. So under the Six of Cups, you had the Hangman, and I'm taking that, and that's under the World. I'm taking the past. Like I said, this tripped you up several times. This isn't your first attempt to close the cycle. It had been something, like I said, with the Six of Cups under that too, it had been something that you've been trying to do since you were a child. It may have been something trauma you experienced or something that stunted you as a child. And it had you stuck for a very long time. You might have been repeating cycles and patterns. But now, since you've broken that cycle, under the Queen of Pentacles, that had the moon, things that were hidden from you, Two of Cups. That's what I'm saying. This is like so much love, like so much love. It's like, under Queen of Pentacles, Two of Cups, it's like the Queen of Pentacles needs her divine partner. Like, even though she can sometimes represent a single mother, someone seen alone, that doesn't mean she doesn't have her counterpart. It doesn't mean that she doesn't want love. Her love may look different from what society deems, but it's like that was revealed to you. Not only were you a Queen of Pentacles, that is that you actually have a counterpart out there that is just whole and as complete as you. And so then under the Eight of Wands, or I said it's coming quickly, which we clarify the Two of Wands clarify the Eight of Wands, which said something coming in quickly, something that you've been manifesting. And you want to know what was under that? You want to know what was under that, boo? King of Pentacles. I'm like, counterpart. It's like, it is time for you, like I said, you have figured out that you are this Queen of Pentacles. And so now, since you have figured it out, it's now time for that divine partner, that divine union to come in. It's time for you to meet your King of Pentacles. And this is all like a congrats to you because you've worked so hard. So I was like, all right. So I was still a little bit nosy. And I was like, just tell me a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more about what's going on. So, I get a sense that this is about the person coming in. The person or opportunity that's coming in. I was like, well, just give me a little bit about it. So it's something like friendship. Like, so you're going to say that it's something that's, this person want to be your friend. These people want to be your friend. This opportunity may start off as just a friendship, but it's someone that wants to come in and be your friend. But you're going to be very defensive. And like I said, that's rightly so. And I understand why, because of the things that you have been through, the betrayals you've had faced. It makes you want you're weary and leery of people wanting to be your friends, because you're looking at more so like, you want something from me instead of, I just want to be your friend. Because you have like that surfer energy. You have overcome so many tribulations, so many trials. And that's also why you're very defensive. You've overcome a lot. So overcoming challenges, facing fears and ups and downs. You like literally that death, you looked in the mirror, and talked to your demons. You took accountability for everything that you did and decisions you made, choices that you made that led you to the place that you didn't want to be. And you realized where your fault lied, and the only one that was going to fix it was you. So that's extremely understand why you're defensive, you know. And because of that, you know, you have the others, you don't necessarily want to make commitments. And like I said, that's why you have the friendship out there. They want to be your friend. You're just kind of like, you know, I'm not really sure, you know, love triangles on here, you know. I've been in messy things before. Love ain't my thing. And I understand why. Said, you know, things might have been hidden from you. People may have told stories to you. People might not have told you the truth. And intuitively you knew that. But you, again, didn't know your worth. That a lot of people took advantage of you and, you know, took advantage of your kindness. And that made you really sad. So, like, you were really sad because of this, because you, like, realized unhappiness, heartbreak, pessimism. You started to think, like, is this really going to happen to me? Like, I don't know if this is really going to happen for me, because the people I keep meeting, you know, it was the same story over and over again on a loop. But you have hippie vibes, like I said, and that was like that love. You found love for yourself. You found your self-worth, that you're like, okay, you know what? It doesn't matter what these people are doing. What am I doing? And so you started to become this free spirit, you know, releasing your burdens, really loving who you are, being comfortable in your skin. And it really showed. And it's like you graduated, you ascended from that lower vibration that you're in, that you're, like I said, you're emanating at this vibration of joy, love, peace, happiness. And that's what's calling in, or you're attracting the things you want to see with cat spirit: independence, freedom, healthy boundaries. You have, you know, put healthy boundaries in place. And so people who once were coming after you, people who once were, you know, able to get in your energy and bring your energy down and really affect you, like I said, you eliminated, you removed that. So like I said, that's why you're attracting all the things, you know, you're just very free. And because that, you have blessings, like blessings coming. You had rainbow, and it's Pride Month right now. I want to say happy Pride to all. Um, but you know, because you did so much work, blessings are coming in. You got sweet twice. Like, this is like the sweet life. I'm right thinking now, sweet life and Cody, like a yacht. Like, you might end up on a yacht, but it's like sweet home, security, comfort, tribe, moving environment, and kindness, generosity, showing love, romance. And I got a feeling like the opportunity that you're attracting, whether it be a relationship, platonic or romantic, or a business opportunity, it's something that is very stable with sweet home. It's something that is very secure. And people are going to be very kind, who, you know, this person is really going to want to help you. And so the last thing about why I said this is truly a love reading, because I'm like, well, there's true love and young love. So it's almost like, when I think young love, it could be something that's just starting out. Like, it's not fully developed. It might be in the flirtation stages, or it could be someone younger than you. Crush, new person, playful connection. So yeah, it's someone younger than you. Someone brings out, thinking of that Six of Cups, that youthfulness in you, where you guys are just two, like, giddy kids. Like, you love PDA, you love little nicknames. Y'all are just so cute. Like, I can see it. And this is like actually true love. You know, pure love, deep passion, unbreakable bond, easy. And the key word that I love there is easy. This relationship will be very easy. It won't be anything challenging, or transitioning to a new job or a new friendship. It won't be anything where you have to, like, I mean, still protect yourself, use discernment, you know. But it's just something that you won't have to work so hard at, because you've graduated, you know the red flags, so things won't be challenging for you. Like I said, this is a divine partnership. And truly, they're bringing this into you solely because you are a true gem, okay? True gem, valuable, quality, real, one of a kind, a catch. And I'm getting a sense that this person, because I think they're in your energy, this person's in your energy, and they can tell that you're something different. You're radiating, like I said, you get that cat spirit, free energy, and they want to know more about you. They want to talk to you. That you have to be open. You have to be open. And what was Georgia going to say? You're one of a kind. This person knows you're one of a kind, and you know you're one of a kind. You've done enough work on yourself to know that you're one of a kind. Congrats to you. You know, you worked really hard. You, like I said, you went through an ego death. You had to change things about yourself. You had to take accountability. And you may have had to move. You, like I said, you had to really look in that mirror and address your demons. And it don't go away in just one day. You don't just look at the demon and say, okay, I see it, I'm going to eradicate it, and poof, it's gone. No, it's like you take some time to do this. It took us time to build these identities, to build these personalities, to build like a facade or, our alter ego. It took time to do all of that. So it took time to break it down. And now that you have self-worth, now that you're radiating at a high vibration, you're now calling in, the things that let go because you wanted this 10 of Pentacles, you want to feel fulfillment. I just realized we had a 10 of Pentacles with the King and the Queen. We're talking about building a legacy. We're talking a love of a lifetime. Love that people ain't never seen. Y'all are a match. We don't even think that this type of love exists anymore. I'm thinking like, back in the day, like Pleasantville or like the Dick Van Dyke Show or Dreamy, like I Love Lucy. It's like very like traditional roles, but not, because you're a free spirit and the other person's a free spirit. They're gonna allow you to be free. But like I said, your relationship's gonna be like nothing like anyone's ever seen. So it's just like, with all this love out here, like I said, I'm just love. I'm bubbling. Like I had to do this reading and it's like, congratulations. You deserve it. You have love coming in. But more importantly, you have love for self. And because you have love for self, whoever you attract is going to reflect to you back what you already have. And that's amazing. This person's going to love themselves. They're whole. You have two whole, healed individuals coming together. And it'll be the fairy tale love story that we've all been waiting to see, that we haven't seen in such a long time.